is a beautiful day for flying. Good morning, campers. Who is that in the back seat of my airplane? I still don't know. All right, wind 3 knots at 184. Okay, gotcha. We're at 4,196. Okay. So our engine's still running. Let's sit up a little bit higher in the seat. Let's turn on the isoline map. Because apparently that's a... Ooh. Okay, it's a topo map. Got it. Isolines. Alright. Walker Lake. Departing Hawthorne Airport, head northwest and you'll be rewarded with picturesque views of Walker Lake. That's this. Clearly. It's a watery gem amid the arid land. Southwestern shore, you'll find a quaint seaside town that shares its name. That is going to be right in this area here, where US 95 kind of winds along the cliff. And the seaside town will be around here. I know that area well. Walker River opening, track with the shoreline, heading north over the water to find the mouth of Walker River feeding the lake. That's going to be right here. Schurz Airport. As Walker River moves northwest, it curls like a ribbon towards the town of Schurz. Its flow runs parallel to the highway, and a runway on the east side of the road marks your landing spot for this leg of the trip. So that should be... that's it here. Is there anything to it? No? Okay. Good, I guess. I've driven past this so many times. Whoop. What did I... Oh! I didn't know those were collapsible. I've driven past this so many times and I had no idea this was a runway. I'm still not convinced it's a runway. This looks more like a runway than this. Oh well, we'll figure it out. I know the area, so I'm confident I can... like, I know where the town is, so I'm sure I can find the actual, like, landing site. Anyway. We're still in Hawthorne. Currently parked right around here. We need to take off. The wind is coming like that way-ish. So ideally the best place to take off from would be to go to the end of the dirt runway, turn around, take off this way. That'll take some time. So, in the interest of keeping this video nice and short, I think we're going to taxi to the paved runway, which should be just somewhere to my right. There should be a taxiway to go straight to it, and then we'll just take off straight out. It'll be a crosswind takeoff, but it's fine. It's only 3 knots. Bye! Alright. Let's see here. Where's my trim on this airplane? Oh, there it is. Do you by any chance show me where my trim should be? Is there anything for neutral? Oh, is that my neutral spot? Is that how that works? You are not helpful. Right, that's... okay, so it's 180. We want kind of a nose down takeoff attitude, I guess. So, hope that works. Let's go with that and see what happens. Oh, wait, third-person view should have a guide on that, right? Yes, we were really nose down. All right, just line that back to take off. Perfect. And then bring my... oop. Oh, right, I sat down in the seat. Let's just reset the view and then... whoop. Whoop. Perfect. All right, feet on the pedals. Oh, fuel. We need fuel. Mapped a button for that. Boop, 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 boop. Just hit that 4 times to make sure we have full tanks, because each press of that button is a quarter tank of fuel. Let's get moving. Good, I didn't leave the parking brake on. I'm a responsible airplane owner. Just leave it ready to roll away at a moment's notice. Significant gust of wind. Nice and slightly overcast today. far as the game is concerned. There was our windsock. Which verifies what we already knew, that it's nothing to be worried about. Make sure we're going vaguely the right direction, yeah. If you're wondering what the secret is to how you can tell where you're going in a plane like this where the third wheel is, you know, behind you, a tail dragger, there's no secret. You can't, like, lean up and look over the thing. The secret is literally just turning a lot. Yep, we're going that way. Yep, okay. Yep, we're going that way. Okay. That's the secret. We're always turning. Scenery loading in. Ignore the hitch. Alright. Throttle off. A little bit of brakes. A little more brakes. Okay. Stoppy. I didn't want to move past that line. Alright, I don't see any other traffic. There's some other players on the other side of that mountain, but I don't see anybody else. And I don't think there's much. I don't think there's any AI planes landing or taking off in the bush flights. I don't know, though. I don't know for sure, but I don't see any. And it won't let me talk to air traffic control to verify things, so let's just get on the runway and take off. And hope the game doesn't crash on me this time, because this is the second time today I've tried to record this particular leg. That should do. Give me full throttle if you don't mind. Woo. Straight up. Yeah, buddy. Let's get off the ground. Oh, that was almost bad. That was almost real bad. Let's get the trim. Fly the... Ooh. Fly the runway heading. We don't want to start our turn yet. Let's back off on the throttle. We're already going way too fast. Gosh, this plane just leaps off the ground. There we are. It's getting back under control now. Goodbye, Hawthorne. Hardly knew ye. Let's bank right. Get my feet off the pedals. Don't really need rudder control at this moment. Ooh. Another significant hitch there. Yes. Yay! Okay, so completing a bush trip without using Get Me Back on Track will award an achievement. Cool. Why does it assume I'm going to get lost here? This is like the shortest leg of the trip so far. Like, literally. Okay, so the lake is at 39.56. So if we stay... 5,000-ish. We are well below any... We'll stay in Class G, basically. I should have checked what altitude Schurz was at. Bummer. Well, it can't be too high, because there's a 4,368 antenna right here. And I don't need the Get Me Back on Track feature. I know this area. I know where Schurz is. I've driven through it so many times. And I've already gone above Class G. I'm a great pilot. Such a great pilot. we're gonna just kind of follow the left hand, or the western shore of this lake, just so we're not too far from land. This is a single engine aircraft. We want somewhere to be able to glide to. The eastern shore would probably be a little bit better for just places to land, but this is a video game, so I'm not worried about traffic. We'll just set down straight on the US highway should I somehow destroy my engine on this particular leg. So I made it about to here when my hard drive decided it had disconnected from, my external hard drive decided it had disconnected from the USB-C port that it is plugged into. And Microsoft Flight Simulator decided that was a horrible, horrible event and crashed to desktop. So, you know, new game, still some bugs. Still some bugs. Trim it. Let's just, okay, I'll bump up the throttle a little bit. Try and get some level flight going here. We're descending very slowly. I think that's good enough. Just kind of keep an eye on things. That's still US 95, snaking along the hill here. Boop, 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 boop. So according to this, there are some high-tension power lines right at the other side of the lake, so that could be fun. We'll have to watch out for that. And then the peaks are at like 9,000. So we definitely need to stay over the lake. I did not mean to hit the trim wheel. Good grief, that is sensitive. That is the town of Walker Lake right there. Please don't disconnect. Nothing is connected to disconnect. Please. Just let me fly. Game. Let's get nice and close to the town. Drink in that flight simulator scenery. I do want a slight climb, if that's okay. Right. Level out. Please do not descend into the lake while I'm enjoying the scenery. Ooh, I never noticed that little valley there before. I wonder what's up there. Probably a mine. That's like all there is in Nevada. It's all mines, army, and mines and military bases, basically. And this one little, like, seaside resort town. Lakeside resort town. It's, you know, I could see this being called a small sea. It's a big lake. Not like Great Salt Lake big or like Michigan big, but it's big. And it's a lake. Yeah, very few spots to pull over on there. Luckily, actually, there are several turnouts along this road, along the cliff, for northbound traffic. At least there's none for southbound traffic. They're just expected to use the same turnouts on the northbound side of the road, if I remember right. And there might be one or two for the southbound traffic, but it's, you know, much more limited space because they're right up against the mountain. It was basically, if you just get like a ton of cars piled up behind you, you just look for those turnout signs and just barrel onto the shoulder and stop as fast as you can, let all the cars past, and then pull your heavy butt back out onto the road, watch as cars just pile up right behind you again. Repeat when you get to the next turnout. At least when you're a slow truck driver like me. Typically on this section I'd be doing like 55 to 65. I think some of the turns here are only like 55 mile an hour turns, so you don't want to be going too fast, even if you can. in your trucks. My truck was governed at 65, so I didn't really do that very often. I am of the belief that if you're in a speed-limited vehicle, you should not travel at that speed. You should travel below that speed so you have extra speed to accelerate to if you need to. That's like a little rest area right there and a boat launch, I think. Yeah, you can kind of see the boat launch here. The rest area is like this area. I don't think there's room for trucks here if I remember right, but it's there. In an emergency, you can pull over there, run into the rest area, use the bathroom, you know? I'm not sure what it's looking at here. Maybe there's like another player on the other side of the mountain. That's the smart cam. Ooh, speaking of other players, what's a PTS2? PTS2, PTS2. I don't know the planes in this well enough to know what a PTS2 is yet. Piper. No, I feel like the Cub would be something. No, the Savage Cub is like SVG or something. It's like obviously Savage. I don't know. Ooh, we're getting a little bit too high. Let's descend a little. Do I even have a transponder? I do, and it's on. Perfect, so I can actually go. I can go up if I need to. Digit. Ooh, did I mess that up? No. Altitude, there we go. Sit up higher. Stop slouching. Right, they're only at 6,700 feet, so they're like pretty low off the deck themselves. Because we're just sitting at 5,000 here, and we're only 1,000 above the level of this lake. They're only 1,700 above me. Alright, watch out for the power lines. I think I see what might be the high-tension power line pole here. I'm not sure. I don't think the game simulates power lines. I don't know. I don't think I've encountered any yet. That'd be a terrifying end of the game. Just all of a sudden, bzz, black screen. Oh, I'm getting too close to these mountains. I don't want to. The turbulence when you get right up near these mountains is really well modeled and terrifying. Speaking of, there's a bit of a downdraft there. That looks like a Beach Baron, 58. Still can't see what Silius is flying. Oh, C25C, so that's, I think, a citation. What on earth is a PTS2? Just rack my brain trying to figure it out. Alright, so there's the beginning of the Walker River. So we're just going to keep following the river vaguely north. Hab seems to be somewhere in the vicinity of Fallon Naval Air Station, so maybe he's playing out some kind of Top Gun fantasy over there. I still haven't seen the high tension power lines, which makes me nervous. But we are above them, I would think. They can get pretty high, but not like 1,000 feet high. If I were high-tension power lines, where would I be? I feel like right around here, because it'd probably cross the mountains at that low spot. Usually there's like a nice straight track across the ground where the power lines would be. I don't see anything like that. I do, however, see a odd blue stripe of water that is not accurate to where the river is at all. That might be one of the worst attempts at scenery I've seen this game do. It's like not even close. Look at that. The water stripe is just not even anywhere near. How is that so far off? That's so bad. Alright, I've got to make sure we don't fly past Schurz here. That doesn't look like it. Getting a little low. Let's gain some altitude here. Trim for a slight climb. I should real quick just check Google Maps and see what... I really should have done this sooner. Just see what Schurz looks like. Make sure I've got the right spot. It's been a little while since I've been up here. Colville, Levining, Big Pine, Mina, Hawthorne, Schurz. Oh, that's it right here. That's Schurz. Alright. We're here. We're pretty much here. Alright, so the wind is still coming out of the south. This is a dirt runway, so we're gonna just kind of stay low. Overfly it and turn around. Actually, you know what? I bet that's the runway right there. I bet that's it. Sure looks that way. Let's pull some power. Feedback on the pedals. Prepare for a landing. Pedals work. Just really back off the power here. I still question the declaration that this is a runway. This does not look like a runway. But I guess we're gonna land on it. Honestly, that looks more like the runway. What do I know? I'm just a pilot. Little altitude. One notch of flaps. Nose up. That's the split with 95 alt literally right next to it. Goodness. Oh man, that's just right behind that building. That is super unfortunate. Yeah, we can still hit it. Let's drop another notch of flaps here. Oof. I almost stalled. We are coming in for a nice gentle landing, actually. Just barely clear the houses. That's wider than it looked. Maybe a bit bumpy, though. One landing, two landing. Flaps up, tail is down, light brakes, very light brakes, very light brakes. Let's bring the trim back to takeoff. There we go. And I think that is going to do it for that. Let's just let the plane come to a nice, gentle stop on the runway. Success? Success? Is this not the runway? Have I misjudged? Alright, time for some dronage. I am not good at controlling this drone. I don't see what else could... Oh. Is this... I'm so bad at controlling the drone. Get me back to the plane. Oh, I'm still in drone mode. There we go. Alright, let's just roll down here a little bit further, see what we see. So the game hasn't automatically ended this, so I might not be on the runway. Probably not on the runway. But if that's the case, what did I just land on? Let's try and stop here. Success? No? Let's just pull up to this house, maybe? See what happens. Is this house part of the airport? Is that a pool? I think that's a pool under the house, which is an odd place to keep a pool. Alright, let's navlog. I landed on this. Maybe I was supposed to land on that. Let's backtrack. I'm going to backtrack up this, and then we'll turn right at that and see if that gets us the completion. I'm so confused. I'm taxi around my little plane on the ground. Pay me no mind. I'm a professional. Let's just stop on this and see if this is the runway. Is this the runway? Game? Game? Nope. Alright. Don't touch the trim knob. Maybe this big area in the middle is the runway? That would not make sense, but why not, right? Stop here? Is this runway? No. Of course, I'm assuming it'll give me credit for just driving onto the runway, having landed next to it. For all I know, you actually have to, like, land on the runway for it to count. All right, this looks like the cross, what I thought was the runway originally, but did not seem to match the directions. So let's pull onto this and stop. Is this the runway? That's the runway. Okay. All right, this is the runway, not this. This is the runway, perpendicular to the highway, not parallel. It's this. This. Land on this. You can land on this, as I proved. This is what you need to land on. Good grief. Right. I'll see you guys in the next leg. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Oh, my name's Elliot Dare. Come find me on Twitter, Xbox Live, Steam, etc. Bye.